Paul, defeat tonight, what did you make of that?
A very fair defeat. I can't say that we were the better team, we definitely were not, and fair play to West Ham. They got amongst us really quick, and every time they broke it felt like it was going to go in, and I think bar two, I think they did. Every time they got into our box they picked the right pass and were really clinical, and I just thought it was a game of two halves. I was embarrassed with our performance first half. I didn't think we pressed with any intensity. I didn't think we tackled. I didn't think we made a foul. I didn't think, and that is as far away from a team I want to witness. So I'm being honest. I just thought we were horrific first half, but then second half I really liked us. But then it makes me even angrier because I think you've just wasted 45 minutes of your careers. So really liked the second half, and I appreciate if you press and you get after teams, they might find a pass. And I appreciate we've got some young players within the team, and it's a good learning curve for them. But I just didn't think we played with any personality first half, and that was what disappointed me.
Were there any areas of the first half specifically you were disappointed with, or was it just everything?
Well, I thought a couple of players played okay first half, but it was just a collective apathy that I didn't like. I just thought it was very unphysical, very... look, they're good players, I understand that, but you can play against anyone. If you give them time on the ball and you don't tackle, they're going to pick you off sooner or later, and that's what it sort of felt like. I just didn't think we put a fingerprint on anyone in any way. And then second half I thought we were a lot more aggressive with the press. There seemed much better performances by many players. I don't want to highlight anyone because I don't think they deserve my praise, but I thought there's some really good performances second half. But that's what upsets me after the game, and I've told the players, I've been completely honest, that you just wasted 45 minutes of your career, and that's how it felt. Now I appreciate, you could argue that West Ham were winning and comfortable and they might have took their foot off there, but I just thought that we pressed with a lot more effort and we were winning the ball high up. We created loads of chances. I actually think on chances, I don't think there'd be much in the game, but we were just disappointing first half. I just don't think you can give any team at any level any start in any game, and regrettably tonight we did, and that's what disappoints me, because I see the great in my players all the time and the young lads coming through, and I just feel like collectively we let ourselves down in the first half. So the second half is much more like it, and that I'll drive home with a lot more confidence about. But I just don't think you can waste any time in your career, and I felt like we did.
With the half-time improvements needed, I guess it was a real sucker punch to concede 2 goals so late on in the first half, because at 1-0 you're still very much still in the game. At no time in the first half did I feel like we were in the game. I just felt like we were on the pitch, but we weren't in the game. So scoreline aside, like we were always trying to increase performance levels and that, I just didn't think we were really in the game. Obviously a goal that late on wasn't great, but we just asked the lads to be more aggressive on the press and stop. You have to link on to a player, and if they're good enough to play out of that, then fair enough. But it was like we were just caught between a rock and a hard place in the first half. We didn't want to latch on. We wanted to feel ourselves being a little bit safer. But weirdly, you feel like you're safe. You're not. You're better off to be aggressive and go toe to toe with them and see what the opposition have. And that's what's disappointing. I just didn't think we had either the courage or the personality first half to do it, and you shouldn't wait till you're 3-0 down. I mean, it's a bit of a habit. Obviously we did that against Grimsby, but for completely different reasons. But I just felt that we gave them too much respect, and you don't have to give teams that much respect. Is the biggest concern with the injuries that you've got at the moment? There were opportunities tonight for players who perhaps didn't take them.
Well, that's not my biggest issue tonight. My biggest issue is I just was hugely disappointed with the first half performance. But the good thing was, which is a nice change, I think we got through the game without any injuries. So from a league basis, I've got players a little bit fitter. It was nice to get Kane back on the pitch. He hasn't been in great nick, so it's good to get him back on the pitch. I didn't risk any of the lads who started at the weekend. So that was good, and obviously Collins, Aaron got some needed game time, so did Lex, so did Will, so in that respect it's good. But I manage this team, so I want to see the team win. I want to see the lads perform at their best so everyone can see that, and tonight for large periods of the first half we just weren't.
Nice stuff, cheers, Paul.
Always, thank you.
I suppose it's a frustration then that those senior players no one seemed to pick the game up by the scruff of the neck, certainly in that first half.
No, I don't think anyone, and I'm including myself in this because I manage them, I didn't think anyone in the first half did anything of great note. It was disappointing, and you have to accept the fact the opposition played really well and picked their chances. But I just thought that when we did win the ball back, even our tidy up pass wasn't clean. You know, we didn't do anything with any purpose. If we were in the final third, it was all a little bit slow and laboured, which isn't great. But then what was so bad in the first half was the opposite in the second half. So, like, you know, everything was quicker, everything was more aggressive. You know, I thought Chase was outstanding in the second half. So you see that, and like as a manager, it's great, but it's so frustrating because you think like players need to try and show that from start to the end. You can't wait until half time. So that was disappointing. But like the first team players especially got game time, which we needed them to get. But we're still in it to win games. I've won this competition. I'm not like coming into it thinking, you know, just use it as a development aid. I want to win as many games as I can. So, and they're good habits to get into. So yeah, it was good that we got through clean, and it was good that, you know, we actually saw the better parts of our players second half. But yeah, I'm just disappointed with the first.
And the young players as well. I mean, you had 5 or 6 of them on the field at the end, but you know, it was a tough night for them. But you've not been able to really see them yet.
No, and obviously, unfortunately for them, they've seen my teeth a little bit after the game, which is all part of the learning curve. It isn't all like unicorns and rainbows. It's like, unfortunately, you know, as a professional athlete, it's hard. I understand that. It's hard in any job you do, but it's hard, and you're always being measured against other players and other teams and other individuals, and there's a pressure to perform. But I think it will do them no end of good because there was definitely no grey area after. So, and in fairness, you know, everyone got treated the same. You know, we did the same team prep we do for every game. We did all the things regarding their corners and free kicks, and you know, it's evident that we just struggled to probably retain some of the information at some parts of the game. But yeah, generally, I'm pleased with the second half. But yeah, I think I've said it a few times.
That's what you're
Thanks, mate.
We'll trying to get first half in a bit more of a quick start, be on the radar for training session for this game on Saturday.
Yeah, well, I'd like to think we won't. I mean, I thought we started well at the weekend. I don't know if because the team was a little bit oshkosh, you know, the lads don't train together. Maybe the whole relationship thing made it a little bit more difficult, and maybe as the game went on, they felt more comfortable with each other. So I don't think it was, you know, an epidemic for us. I just think that, you know, maybe, you know, we collectively we didn't start as well. So, you know, I'd be very disappointed if we started that way on Saturday, and obviously the players will be getting told that again when we meet up again for training.